Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. That which cannot be seen, that which cannot be heard, that which cannot be smelt, that which cannot be felt, that which cannot be understood, that is the truth. This being so, the problem is, then how do we know the reality? And it is for this purpose we are told many stories in our scriptures. Every story is so enchanting. And those who have learned the art of deriving the meaning of the story, see, like we come across many stories in our scriptures, very peculiar stories, that there was in Mahabharata the story comes. There was a person called as Satyavan and his wife was Savitri. You all know that. And Savitri was a great pativrata, dedicated to the husband. This I am telling about Satyayug, not now. So this is the story of the Satyayug. So she was very much dedicated, sincere, serving her husband. And in any life, one of them has to die earlier. The smart one dies earlier, the dumb one remains behind. So, that man being smart, Satyavan being smart, he died. And thereafter, this Savitri, she took it as a challenge. And she started fighting, arguing with the Lord Death. How dare you take my husband? I have been serving him, I am a pativrata. The power of pativrata is so much that it can defeat even death. And you can imagine, when she started arguing with Lord Death was defeated. Nobody can win over the ladies. The simplest way is to submit without arguments. Lord Death was smart enough. He said, okay Baba, take your husband back. And she got her husband back from the catch of the Lord Death. The story ends. Now what is the moral of the story? Why this story is told? See friends. So the scriptures tell, the story tells us that if a wife is dedicated to the husband, she takes care of her house, she takes care of the children sincerely, she is more powerful like goddess. See? It is said in our scriptures, where ladies are respected like God, there only respected like goddess, there only the prosperity happens. So ladies must be respected first. Because they become so powerful because of their purity. So this is the moral of the story according to the scriptures. But a nasty person like me, if he has to draw the stories, moral, what is said by the story? So I will say that you can be saved from the catch of death, but you cannot be saved from the wife. Story is the same. What do you have understood? See friends, take another small story, then we will go into depth. There is one story again in Mahabharata it comes. Arjuna happened to go to the kingdom of Indra, the king of all gods. And Arjuna was very smart, handsome, fair. well built. So when he went there were many apsaras. And those apsaras were so much enchanted by his personality that they wanted to fall for him, and they suggested him that we want to have bhog with you. And Arjun said, look here, I am the son of Indra and you are the wives of Indra, therefore don't have this wrong thought in your mind. This is wrong. Get out of it. When this was said, those apsaras, let us say Rambha or Urvashi, one of them, they got so annoyed, so angry, because when the impact of lust overpowers a person, maybe a woman or a man, when the attack of lust overpowers, one loses all wisdom. And when Arjuna denied, they curse Arjuna. You will become impotent. And when this was said, then because of that curse, that attack of that lust was slowly cooled down. And thereafter, they felt bad. We should not have said like this. Then the Apsaras told, okay, we agree with you. We should not have cursed you, but the curse cannot be taken back. It can be modified. It can't be cancelled. Then they modify the curse. You will remain impotent for 1 year in your life whenever you choose to be. This is the story. On the basis of this story, in Mahabharata it comes when Pandavas were staying in the Ajnatavas, incognito existence. That time, Arjuna was teaching Kathakali, Bharatanatyam, music, etc. to Uttara, the daughter of this Virat king, who subsequently became his daughter-in-law. Now, he invoked that time, that curse of impotency. And in that feminine expression, he taught music, etc. Now be attentive. Now this is the story. Now from this story, what do we understand? Why this story is told? See friends, the first step, what is samsara? According to our scriptures, samsara is, they call it 14 worlds, Chaturudasha Bhuvanani, Bhur Bhuva Swaha Mahajanaha Tapaha Satyam, upper worlds, Atala Vitala Sutala Talatala Rasatala Patala Mahatala, lower worlds. So the 14 worlds together are called as samsara. Now what is the samsara? Samsara is that where desire overpowers the wisdom. Now see, whether we are human beings or we are animals, whether we are in the Martya Loka here or we go to the heavens, everywhere there is only one story. And the story is the impact and attack of desires. See, in the 5th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, Shaknoti haivaya sodhum prak sharira vimokshanat kama krodhot bhavam vegam sa muktasya sukhi naraha. He who is while alive able to stand firmly the attack of desire and anger, doesn't fall to that, he is a wise man. He has conquered everything. And therefore, the moral of this story is, we have to understand, you may go to any place, anywhere in the whole world. Till such time, we are entertaining desires and fulfillment of desires as our lifestyle. We are in samsara. See friends, Today, I replied to one email. One lady wrote me, Swamiji, I have no desires. I have got sufficient money. I am taken care of, and I don't. So what more? I said, you are cheating yourself. Not having desire doesn't mean you lead a disgusted existence of no interest. Be attentive. What is the meaning of getting freedom from desires? See, we all have seen the rainbow. What is the rainbow? Rainbow is not a solid object. It is only an appearance. And a rainbow appears under n number of conditions. You cannot see the rainbow at night. You cannot see the rainbow at 12 o'clock in the noon. When it is either morning hours or evening hours, the sun rays pass through the small particles of water in the air, and there is a refraction, and it appears as if there is a rainbow. So it appears. Be attentive. But what is our understanding about rainbow? It appears but does not exist. Now, when we have this understanding about the rainbow, that it appears but doesn't exist, what is our interaction with the rainbow? We enjoy the rainbow, but we don't desire the rainbow. Do we say, let me take a piece of rainbow for my granddaughter? Dumb. We don't do that. Therefore, what is the meaning of all these stories? What is the moral behind the stories? Till such time you take this world to be real, you will have desires. And till such time we are entertaining desires, we are samsari. See, there was a king, and the king had a son, a prince, and he was crying. The king was sitting in his darbar, so many wise people, ministers there, and the child was crying. So the message went to the king. The Rajkumar is crying continuously. So the king got angry. Get him here. Whatever he wants, give him. He is my son. And the child, yes, Rajkumar, what do you want? I want a buffalo. Okay, get a buffalo. Can't you give this thing to my son? In that darbar, a buffalo came. Buffalo surprise. How come I am invited here? After the buffalo comes, again the child continued crying. Now what do you want, dear? I want green grass to be fed to the buffalo. So green grass comes. Again, now what is happening? Give that green grass to the buffalo to eat. So it was given. Again, now what do you want? Take the milk out of that buffalo. So the milkman came and he started milking the buffalo. Again, now what do you want? Put the milk back inside the udder. So the king got up and gave one. Friends, desires can never be fulfilled. We all have to compromise and rise above the desires. See, friends, I go to Shirdi Sai Baba, you must have heard the name. We'll be having a retreat there in September. So, because many people know me there, so I don't have to stand in a big queue. There the queue is very long. You have to stand there for 10 hours, 20, 15 hours, and the queue is in a multi-storied building. It is 7-story building. You start and you go up and then come down, and around 70 to 80,000 people can stand in a queue. Not single file, but 6, 7, 10 of them. And on the way, there are tea shops and there are toilets and everything. Very long queue. So I go by shortcut. And there are some commandarus with me always. So the commandaru also come free. And I go do namaskar, matha teko, and go away. So one of my friend asked me, Swamiji, These people here, they push us, go ahead, and you get a chance. They don't ask you to go away, but you just put your head and on this samadhi and they give you one coconut and one mala and you go away. You don't do namaskar long enough. I said, what is there to do long namaskar? He said, why? I said, longer the namaskar, longer is the list of demands. You do a Sashtanga Namaskar and then and you get up. Oh, I have forgotten one thing. Again you fall down. See? I said, I have no desire, therefore no Namaskar long. No, you must be asking. So I said, yes, I have asked something. And he has granted me. What is that? I said, Andar ki baat hai. He said, no, please tell. I said, okay, listen. I asked her, oh Lord, let there be no hatred, bitterness towards anybody, anytime, even in the dream, even for fun, even once. This is what I asked him. See, friends, instead of purifying our mind in the presence of the divine, we come with all our garbage and tell the Lord, oh God, do this, do this, do this, do this. He doesn't know what is good for us. We have to teach him. Therefore, all these small stories in our scriptures, they tell us there are 3 stages through which we have to go. First, we are living at the body level when we take this world as real. Second, we live at the mind level. Then we take at the life as real. And the third level is we, the divine self, to recognize that. So these are the 3 stages through which we have to go. So when we take this world as real, nothing wrong, but learn from your day-to-day experiences. See? We go on asking the Lord such impossible things. See, we have to learn the art of contentment. Patanjali Maharshi says, Santoshat anuttama sukhalabha. Contentment leads to unparalleled bliss. But how many things we want? It should be like that, it should be like that, it should be like that. There is no possibility. See, there was one boy, he wanted to get married. And too many demands. If the girl should be like that, it should be like that. Finally, he became 35, 40. And he could not find the girl of his choice. He asked me, Swami, what I should do? I said, marry with me. What I should do? See, marriages are 2 persons staying together is possible only by 100% compromise. You don't get everything in this world. But our whole life is spent only on this desire fulfillment. See, friends, and this happens only because we have not learned from our experiences of life. See? We simply say, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. What is the meaning of this? See? So we take some person as a guru and become the slave. Please be very clear in this. This mantra tells us something different. Don't hold on to a person. The moral of this particular mantra is, who is Brahma, who is Vishnu, who is Mahesha? Brahma is the creator. Vishnu is the sustainer who maintains maintenance department. And Mahesha is the destroyer. Be attentive. Any experience of our life which has made a change in our outlook towards life, that time a seeker is born. Now see, Bhagavad Gita you take. When Arjun comes on the battlefield, he asks arrogantly to Bhagavan Krishna, Senayor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya Mechuta. O Lord, take the chariot between the two armies. Now see what happens. Bhagavan Krishna had a choice. Where to take the chariot between the two armies? For the imagination's sake, you think. Suppose Arjuna's chariot was taken by Bhagavan Krishna in front of Duryodhan or Dushyasan. Will Arjun ever ask any question? He has come to kill them. But what Bhagavan Krishna did? Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam, leaving all the warriors on the battlefield, Bhagavan Krishna took the chariot of Arjun in front of Duryodhan, in front of Dronacharya and Bhishmacharya, not Duryodhan. And who was Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya? They were near and dear to Arjun. Bhishmacharya was his grandfather, Dronacharya his guru. And for both of them, Arjun was a special personality, a VIP. In Mahabharata, the story comes, nobody was dare or allowed to enter the room of Bhishmacharya except Arjun. That was the status he had. And he has to kill them in the war. Dronacharya was so much fond of Arjun as a disciple, to make him unparalleled, he asked that Ekalavya to chop off his thumb so that my Arjuna becomes first. That kind of people he has to fight with. And after having taken the chariot in front of them, Bhagavan Krishna doesn't keep quiet. If he keeps quiet, he is not Krishna. He says, you want to know with whom you have to fight? You have to fight with your nears and dears. Friends, the moral of the story is this. To fight with the enemies is not a big job. But when your own near and dear, they become your enemy, then the real challenge comes in life. And who is near and dear to us? Our own mind. And this mind we have to fight with. How to fight the mind? Therefore, Guru Brahma. So, Brahma is the creator. So, any event because of which the direction of our life changes from the dogward to Godward, that event is our Guru. Bhagavan Krishna and Arjun were together for a day or two? No, for more than 50, 60, 70 years they were together. But Arjun never asked Bhagavan Krishna anything about the truth. He was playing with him. Hey Krishna, hey Yadav, kaise ho yaar? See, and when a situation was created for Arjun, then he says, Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. See friends, there is a thing I learned from a Sufi saint. ये वही दर्द दिल है जो उनको पाता है. उनको मीन्स भगवान को. ये वही दर्द दिल है जो भगवान को पाता है. भगवान भला करे उनका जो दिल दुखाता है. See friends, if everything goes okay, who will think about God? But when we get a kick in our life, then, oh God, Bhagavan says, why didn't you say first? See friends, therefore, any event which makes us turn Godward, the direction of our life, that event is Guru Brahma. If we learn from that event. If we don't learn, who can help us? Guru cannot teach anybody. And disciple cannot be stopped from learning. See, Dronacharya ji refused Ekalavya, that I don't accept you as my disciple. And Ekalavya said, who cares? I accept you as my Guru. In the relationship of Guru and Shishya, the disciple is important. The disciple is valuable, not the Guru. And who is the Guru therefore? Guru is not a person outside. Guru is not an event outside. Guru is not a situation outside. Guru is our ability to learn the moral of the story. This particular thing has happened, there is some divine message. See? And thus we start learning from our own experiences. And what we should learn from our experiences? Right from childhood till date, how many desires we have fulfilled? Is there any limit to it? And now also what we are doing? Again, creating new desires, try to fulfill them. For us, life is nothing but fulfilling the desires, fulfilling the desires. Friends, real spiritual life is, we have to rise above the desires. We have to draw a line in our life. Thus far, not further. But small little things make us more miserable than the real things. See? Tell me among us, who is miserable because we could not become the President of America? Nobody. We are miserable. I did not get a cup of tea in the morning. Third class people are miserable for third class things. See, friends, therefore, we have to rise above the desires. And this can come if we learn from our own experiences, right from childhood till date. What we have done? Nothing but unsuccessful attempt to fulfill the desires. One you fulfill, the second is standing in a queue. Second you fulfill, third is standing. There is no end to it. When we learn this, then a seeker is born. Be very attentive. Our parents give us this mortal body. This body will die. But a seeker is born. Seeker never dies. Whatever sadhana we do in this life, it is continued further. It doesn't stop. Otherwise you cannot answer. Like there was one boy, small boy, 6 years, 7 years, when I was studying. So I used to go in the little bit of forest area, sit below a tree and study. Bhagavad Gita, writing, reading, analysis, all I used to do it. And he was very fond of me. He used to tell me, I want to come with you. I said, on one condition, you will not get up, go anywhere, you will not talk, you will not ask questions. Agreed. And I will be studying for 6-7 hours in one place, my books and writing and everything. And that boy, hardly 7 years or so, he will sit in one posture for next 5-6 hours. He will not ask any question. He will not go to bathroom. He will not cry, no nothing. And not only once, every day. Now how do you justify that? See, friends, therefore be very attentive. Every event in our life can become our guru if we are ready to learn from every experience, every event. See? That is the ability to learn from our experiences of life. That ability is called as guru. When this learner is born, you never become old. What are the symptoms of an old person? What will I do by learning computer? What will I do is now in the old age? Do not allow the child in you to die. Do you know who is a child? A child is in a constant process of learning. Learn something. Doesn't matter whether you use or not. Learn Chinese. See? That will keep the child in you alive. Guru Brahma, then the Guru is born in our heart. Like when the hunger is in our stomach and the food is in the plate, by looking at the food in the plate, can the hunger disappear? Where the hunger is, there the food should reach. In the same manner, where the problems are not outside. All the problems are only in the mind. And in that mind, the Guru must reach. External Guru cannot reach the mind. The internal Guru is our ability to learn. See, friends, Guru Brahma, then Guru Vishnu. There are some people who get this spiritual influenza. Like an attack it comes. Okay, from tomorrow morning I am going to get up early in the morning and do meditation. So morning 4 o'clock, the sleep is over. But the mind suggests, come on, Hasmukh bhai, you did not wake up in your whole life at 4 o'clock and do anything. These Mahatmajis, they have got nothing to do. They are useless, good for nothing. For them, they don't sleep at night. Therefore, for them, waking up is not a problem. And they tell us, and we believe in it, let's go to sleep. And again, we go back to sleep for up to 10 o'clock. And when we get up at 10 o'clock, then we lose self-confidence. Again, today also I could not wake up in the morning. Slowly, we start losing respect for ourselves. And we come to a point, I am good for nothing. I am a manufacturer's defective organ. See, friends, such people who jump on the spiritual path, but they are unable to maintain. For them, upasana is told. If you want to maintain your spiritual practice, we have to keep ourselves 24/7 busy and occupied. Don't keep a single moment free. I'll tell you an example how it is possible. There was one old lady, she is no more. I used to go to their house in India, and they had one big hall on the first floor, and we used to have satsang there. So that lady was almost that time 98, she is no more now, and she was like this stand, L shape, old, like this bent. She can't even become straight, only bones, but eyes full of life. And she has no time for anything. Very busy. Morning she will get up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. First of all, she will finish her morning things, then take a small pot, a glass, and take a small flower and give bath to Lord's Sun in the morning at 5 o'clock. She can't even look at the sun. Then she will give the milk bath, then again water bath, then she will do the puja, then she will come back. She read Bhagavad Mahapuran for Bhagwan Sri Krishna 40 times in her life. She was illiterate, uneducated. She has no time. When her great-grandson was to be married, she told in clear terms, today I have to tell this Sudama Katha to Bhagwan Krishna, I cannot come for your marriage. You finish your marriage and come, I will bless you, okay? And she went to her room. She has no time to die. See, for us, time becomes a big issue. Now, what should I do? What should I do? Because we are not busy. Spiritual life is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. Our spiritual practice is like a lady. She went to the doctor and told, Dr. Saab, you see I am very fat, very heavy weight. I want to reduce my weight. What should I do? Kindly give me a diet plan. So doctor asked few questions and gave her a diet plan. Practice this for 2 months and then come back. After 2 months she came double the size. So the doctor said, How come? What did you do? He said, Dr. Saab, I was taking your diet after my normal diet. See, our spiritual practice is like this. See? So we come to the temple not for the sake of God. We come for fulfilling our desires. So this place becomes a desire fulfilling center. See friends, surrender yourself. Simply singing bhajan doesn't make any difference. Jehi bidhi rakhe Ram, tehi bidhi rahiye. Bhagwan, ek aur de dena. That is why you see all our gods, they have got a smile on their face. And this is called Abhay Mudra. We feel Abhay Mudra is not Abhay Mudra. Bhagwan says, enough. How much will you ask? And the second one is not Dana Mudra. It is, if you don't listen, give one. Stop asking constantly. Be attentive. When we keep ourselves occupied, desires will not bother us. When we are free, mind starts feeling the desires. So, Guru Vishnu, Upasana, we must be busy. And Upasana cannot be done half-heartedly. We have to take some vratam, what is called Anushthan. Take a Anushthan that I am going to read every day one chapter of Bhagavad Gita. After 18 chapters are over, again I am going to start first chapter onwards. Every day I must read. Take it a vow before Lord Krishna and read. You will have to find time. You can't find excuses. In this manner, Guru Vishnu, maintain your spiritual stamina by or through Upasana. Upasana is meant for that. It is not meant for asking, fulfill my desires. No, it's a wrong thing. Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. And what the Lord Shiva does, He is the destroyer of all the obstacles in our life. And therefore, when we invoke Lord Shiva, difficulties will come. But when difficulties come, we don't give up. No, be committed. Like those people who are playing the cards. See how much committed they are. They lose but they don't give up. See the politicians, they don't give up. Learn from them. In the same manner, we have to be committed to this. This is the only purpose of our human life. After having born as a human being, next step is only one, and that is spiritual evolution. And if we don't do that, again we come back to square one. You must have seen that snake and the ladder thing. So, you go there up to 96 and now you want only 4 and you get that 100 and in between there is 98 also. And you want, oh God, I should not get 2, I should not get 2, and there the snake is sitting. And you put and you get the 2 number and you go to the mouth of the snake and back to again class 6. Oh God, again I have come down. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. How long? See? So many are born, so many die like grass. How many of us know our parents? Everyone. How many of us know grandparents? Some of us. How much of us know great-grandparents? Few of us. How many of us know the 4th or the 5th generation? Nobody knows. Why? Not necessary. Most insignificant. The same is the story of you and me. Don't get lost in this world. Whatever you have to do it cheerfully, happily, dynamically, but attain yourself to the spiritual quest. And as we start working on this simple project, learn from your experiences of life. With that attitude, then you start studying scriptures. Scriptures are studied only for giving us the right vision. See? What is the vision the scriptures give us? Ishamvasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magrudakkasya siddhanam kurvanneveha karamani jiji visheshatagam sama evam tvai na anyatha asti itaha na karma lipyate naraha. Ishamvasyamidam sarvam. Look at the world with this vision of divine presence. To look at the world as a divine presence, what we have to do? Be attentive. One of my friend, he took me to his new shop, a jewelry shop in Bombay. So after cutting the ribbon and lighting the lamp and little bit aarti and distributing the chocolates, then he said, Swamiji, I am not going to give you anything. I know you very well. I just want to ask you, there are two statues. One is that of Rama, second is Ravana. Both are made of gold. Now please tell me which statue you will take. I said, you imagine, I am a Swami. So which statue I will take? He said, naturally, you will take Rama. I said, now listen from me. Which is heavy? Rama and Ravana, keep yourself. My interest is in gold. In the same manner, be attentive. When we rise above the differences created because of the names and the forms, then only we come back to ourselves. Be very attentive. See, we are told to chant Lord's name. Like when we came, he was chanting so nicely. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chant is very good. But what is the impact of that? What should be learned? Be attentive. We get carried away by the momentum of thoughts in our mind on some issue when we react. See? We want something. So whole day and night, we are constantly thinking about it should be like that, it should be like that, it should be like that. There is no end to it. And the same thing we keep on repeating. And as a result, the mind gathers a momentum of thoughts and we get carried away by the thoughts. Such people keep on talking to themselves. When nobody is there, they keep on talking. Now what that person is doing? Talking to oneself. And such people claim they are sentimental. Sentimental means what? Those who talk to themselves but others cannot hear, they are called as sentimental. And those who talk to themselves and others also can hear, they are called as mental. So, sentimental is the first step to become ultimately mental. Constantly, and we can't arrest that thought process. You take anything, see? You want to buy a car, continue the same thought, I should buy this and this. Then you want to get married, then you want to have a house. Continuously, there is such a pull of thoughts that we are nowhere in ourselves. To arrest, be attentive, to arrest this momentum of thoughts, Lord's name is chanted. Whenever you are carried away by the thoughts, you can't stop it. Sit down in one place and take the mala in the hand. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This abhyas practice is done to arrest the thought flow. Like when the road is straight, no other obstacle. When the driver is driving, he gets into a drowsy mood. There is nothing he is doing. Then in between there are some speed breakers. When the speed breaker comes, similarly, this mind becomes into a lullaby and gets carried away. So, this chanting the Lord's name is like a speed breaker. Stop unwanted thoughts. Be attentive. Lord's name is chanted not as a punishment. We take the mala in our hand and then we start chanting the Lord's name. And our method is like what? All the gods get confused. Who is calling? Who is called? Chanting the Lord's name is not like taking the Ayurvedic medicine. How do we take Ayurvedic medicine? You take that worst kind of thing, Kutajarishta. It is so bitter that after that you have to consume 1 kilogram of sugar. It's so bitter. That is the technique of this Ayurveda, you know that? They give you so bitter medicine to protect yourself from the second dose. The patient says, I am okay. So our chanting Lord's name is like taking the Ayurvedic medicine. No. Chant the Lord's name as you eat a chocolate. How do we eat a chocolate? We put the chocolate in the mouth, take a glass of water. It is parked in a parking lot. And we continue enjoying it for next 15-20 minutes. Exactly. Chant the Lord's name with that taste. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. When you practice it in this manner, you will discover one of the following things. Number one, sounds are many. Silence is one. When our attention is on the sounds, we get lost in this world. When our attention is on the silence, which is one, in that silence, the truth is revealed. There is nobody left. It is for this purpose we chant the Lord's name. So, chanting is happening, but the effect is seen on the quality of our mind. We don't have to give an account to somebody. Many people do this japa sincerely, but they do not have this basic understanding. Moral of the story is not understood. One person told me, see how many things can happen in this world. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, it is very difficult to complete the whole mala, and my Guru has given me a very long mantra, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and he said you have to do 25 malas per day. My whole day goes, even then it is not over, what I should do. So before I could talk, there was another person. He said, Swami, it is very easy, why he is not able to do it? I do 25 malas, same mantra. I said, you must be sitting whole day. He said, no, it takes only 5 minutes. I said, are you doing WhatsApp or what? He said, no, not like that. I said, show me how do you chant the Lord's name, 25 mala. He said, I take the mala like this in my hand and I start, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Is it not playing or what? See, friends. Therefore, Lord's name is chanted so that our mind is kept occupied. It will not go into the worldly things. See, now two things have happened. We are living very much in this world, but world is not a big issue for us now. See? Then, who start troubling us? The mind. The mind will pull us again in the world. So to stop this pull of the mind in the world, then we take up this chanting the Lord's name. But Lord's name is not chanted mechanically. We are working on the mind, not on the Lord. And in this manner, when slowly we start understanding, then we start developing a taste for silence. Sounds have got variations. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Variations. Silence has no variation. Sounds are many. Silence is one. Be attentive. Mind dissolves when it is focused on the one. Nobody wants to die. So also the mind. So what the mind does, either goes back into the past memories and bring them out, or start solving the non-existing problems of the future, what is called as worries. Now if you consciously work on this, do not talk about your past. Your mind will be slowly in the process of dissolving in the consciousness. And then do not worry about the future. These two things. These two things are used on the seat of meditation. When you are sitting, you have finished your japa, etc., mind is cooled down, then insist to yourself, at this moment I am nobody. We simply use the word ego. But what is the ego? Ego is a mule carrying the burden of total past, possessions and relations. Drop the possessions and relations from your thought and try to talk. You cannot. And second thing, we are constantly planning what I will do afterwards. Don't worry about future. Remain in the present. And when we thus train our mind, remain more and more in the present, slowly, like an ice cube, dissolves in the waters without making a noise, exactly the same way the mind dissolves in the consciousness. See, friends, in this manner, when we are slowly understanding why we are told the things in our scriptures, when we are told to do your duties only for keeping yourself busy. The more busy you are, healthier you are. Lazy people are most unhealthy. We have to be busy, busy, busy. Even if the death comes, you can say, excuse me, I am busy, come later. So much busy, occupied. Never retire in life. Those houses where the giants are retired and living in those houses, ladies are the most unfortunate creatures. Whole day that old man is constantly wanting chai banegi, pakode banegi, khane ko, whole day eat. Keep busy. See friends. And when you are busy, you remain healthy. Then the mind. Train the mind to remain more and more in the present. How to start? Don't talk about your past. Don't ask any about their past. There is nothing to talk. This we have to learn. What I am telling you is not from books. Whenever we talk to others, observe next time. What do we talk? We talk about our past or we talk about other people. Now if we have decided this, I am not going to talk about my past. Now try to talk. There is nothing to talk. See friends, therefore these small little things which are told in our scriptures, don't bring your past in the present. But all the time, oldies like me, they cannot remain in the present. When we were children, who cares? See, people are busy, worried about their future. But oldies have no future. Now what future I have got? No future. So if I have got peanuts in my pockets, I can't distribute chocolates. I'll be keeping on talking about the same old stuff. Just don't. Refuse. That is more potent spiritual practice than chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Refuse to go in the past. See? Then we learn the joy of remaining in the present. And we all experience that, but we don't know. See? When we are in deep sleep, in the deep sleep we have no past, we have no future, we are only in the present. Therefore, there is no ego. Because there is no ego, no past, no future, no desires. Therefore, all happiness. And in deep sleep, because we are happy, we make noise. All those people who have the sound sleep, sleep with a sound is called a sound sleep. And whenever you are happy, you make noise, is it not? So all those people who snore at night, they are happily sleeping. Krrr, krrr. And all those people who snore, they are never in a hurry. Have you seen anybody snoring hurriedly? Krr, 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 krr. No. They have nowhere to go. So krrr, krrr. Aroha, avaroha. Sangeet Sabha. See friends, therefore the moral of the story is only this. We are the best creation of God. We are the only instrument through which God can express fully. Stones and bricks, only existence. Plants, existence plus life. Animals, existence, life and knowledge. Human beings, existence, life, knowledge and bliss. And happiness, bliss is expressed as expansion. Out of one rice, how many dishes we prepare? If you are a South Indian, they will be making the rice and urad dal and all that. They make a batter. Nicely ferment it, make it useless, and then they will be preparing a huge quantity. So first they make out of that batter idli. Even then, a lot of left in the fridge. Then the second day, they make out of that uttapam, flattened idli. Then the third day, the same batter. Then they make out of that a masala dosa. Again the batter is left behind. So the next day they make it a simple dosa, sada dosa. And yet it is left behind. Then they make a paper dosa. See, out of one rice, how many varieties? See, how many types of houses we are constructing? Monkeys who are living only in the caves, now also they live in the caves. Cows who are eating only grass, they don't make a grass pulao. But human beings, being the expression of bliss, happiness, they have expanded. Therefore, friends, the only way we can live as a human being is only be happy. Bhagavad Gita ultimately tells this. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param. So the moral of this particular shloka in 18th chapter, probably 54th shloka, when Bhagavan says, Brahma bhutaha, the one who is one with the divine, what are the symptoms? First symptom, prasannatma, ever cheerful. When anybody asks you any question, don't take a revenge. Don't tell your miseries. Suppose somebody asks you, this I am telling you from my experience. This happened in Delhi. One old Punjabi Amma. We went to their house. I said, Mama, how are you? It was my fault I asked her. And she caught hold of me and said, Swamiji, this morning when I got up from the bed and stepped down, my ankle got twisted. It is so painful and the pain has gone right up to the calf muscles and the knee is also paining now. And her description was so live that I started getting pain everywhere. Don't talk your miseries to anybody in this world. We don't have to tell miseries. People have got sufficient miseries of their own. We are all self-sufficient as regards miseries are concerned. We don't have to distribute. So, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, if anybody asks you, how are you? You fire at him. I am on the top of the world. He should jump, oh God. But the word should carry the meaning. How are you? Swamiji told I am on the top of this. Not that way. It should mean something. See? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Now what is the meaning of being cheerful and happy? Not laughing like a mad, ha ha ha. No, that is being mad. It is joining a laughing club. Do you know the laughing club people? I have seen once in India, some place I was staying, there was a nice garden opposite. We used to go for a walk there. And there were about 8-10 old people with the Madhya Pradesh coming out and they can't touch their own feet. Such type of characters. In their whole life they have never laughed. And their teacher, a young boy, he used to teach them how to laugh. And I was watching that tamasha. It was a great fun for me. So he will clap 3 times. Tack, tack, tack. And he will say after I clap, then you should say ha, ha, ha. So he will do that. Hey, don't, ha, 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 ha. Is it laughing or what? And in that, he will say, no, you should do it more vigorously. Old fellows, they do not have control over themselves. And again he did ha, ha, ha. And they did vigorously. And their dentures came out and offered. Now the question is, which denture belongs to whom? See, Prasannatma doesn't mean laughing like a mad person. Prasannatma, Bhagavan says, na shochati. He doesn't bring the past in the present. Na kankshati. He doesn't worry about the future. Samaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu. He is at home with himself and with everyone. This is called as real devotion. A devotee is at home with everyone. So, this is the moral of the various things which are told in our scriptures. Whether you talk about the world, whether you talk about jiva, whether you talk about dharma, whether you talk about upasana, whether you talk about devotion, whether you talk about knowledge, all of them ultimately are meant to bring us back to our own essential nature. If we don't come back to our divine self, then all what we are doing is only humbug. It has no meaning. Therefore, this we have to keep in mind. Dharma we do so that we come back to ourselves. Upasana we do so we come back to ourselves. Yoga we do so that we come back to ourselves. Knowledge we find out, we come back to ourselves. If this is happening, then we are understanding the import of the scriptures, what is technically called as the Tatparya Nirnaya. Tatparya Nirnaya is translated in English as moral of the story. It is for this purpose that we have to do whatever we do. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.